This video is about us trying to save Team Fortress 2 from the menace that are bots. If you want to help us out, there will be a link down in the description about a petition that you can sign so that you can show Valve that you care about this game staying alive and well. Please, any amount of petition or help or even word of mouth helps us immensely. Thank you, and continue on with the video where I explain in detail what the problem is. TF2 has bot problems. You've probably heard this a good amount of times before, but it's never been as egregiously over the top as it is now. What I mean by all of this is that Team Fortress 2, being as it is an old game, as I'm sure a lot of you already know, it's always had its problems with cheaters, with people who use hacks, people who use a lot of that stuff. There's been a multitude of videos and easy evidence to see of how absolutely abhorrent it all is throughout just simply casual, making it so that the average TF2 user has no real good option other than to go to community servers. Now, this has never changed. It still hasn't changed, and now it's gotten even worse, dare I say, with bots. At first it used to be cheaters, but what I'm trying to talk about today are things that are not even people. Things that are more egregious than the cheaters is the bots, and by extension the bot hosters. Now, there's been a long time coming. It's been a problem because, well, people just keep finding more and more ways to exploit the game and make everyone's lives worse. And the most common way, and the way that Team Fortress 2 itself tries to make it so that the game can be played the best way possible, is through casual, and also by extension competitive, but people generally don't touch competitive. But casual has been a good way to jump into a game that you want from a list of maps that you want to play. But nowadays, it seems like, you know, every single server you go into through quick play or the casual matchmaking or whatever you want to call it is infested with bots. And it's all the same bots, all the same ways. You see the same bots with the same names in every single, like, match. Every single match. You go to, like say you go to a match in Two Fort, you know? And you see someone that's named, you know, some name. Who cares? You see this at least like five different names. All bots. All beep boops that are using, you know, auto aim hacks and whatnot, making everyone's lives generally awful. And then you say, all right, screw this, and then you leave, as you do if they don't decide to kick them consistently. If the enemy team or your team decides to not kick them consistently, it's either you play with a worse experience or you leave. That's your two options if they refuse to kick the cheater and the bots. So then you go to a different area. Let's say you go over to Dust Bowl and you meet the same named cheater, the same named bots, and it's just wild. It's wild to me that this game can get as bad as it is. This game is well known throughout the entirety of the internet, pretty much, involving gaming. If you play online PC games on Steam especially, you've more than likely have heard of Team Fortress 2, considering how old it is, how much of a legacy that it has. Now, I'm not going to say that Team Fortress 2 is all sunshine and rainbows, because it probably was never that, but it's never been in such a bad state as it has been. And Valve seems to not give a shit. They just do not care. And it sucks that they don't care, because I guess them developing more stuff for Counter-Strike 2 and other stuff like that, and their new MOBA Smite-like shooter or something like that they're making, they don't want to have to deal with Team Fortress 2's spaghetti code that is original source. And that's at least somewhat understandable, just by sheer amounts of we don't want to have to deal with stuff like this, but it sucks. It absolutely sucks. Because the very loyal fan base, me included, that stuck through Team Fortress 2 for so long is getting porked. We are getting porked by these absolute shit stains of human beings. And we have no choice but to take it, because they refuse to do anything. Valve refuses to do a single thing about the bot problem. I can assure you, if the bot problem was solved today, then the general experience of Team Fortress 2 would enhance by 10 times. You could be able to actually queue into a casual match without having to bother with constantly trying to kick a bot. You have to only now deal with the occasional cheater. That's really all there is. And there's less cheaters and more bots than there are cheaters. But they're still both a problem, mind you. The bots are so prevalent. It's been to the point where both sides of actual, living, breathing people who are playing this game make it a consistent pact to say, we're going to get rid of these bots. And it used to be, it was near impossible to kick somebody or something for consistently high amounts of time. I remember it used to be like, it took like a whole 90 seconds for a cooldown from each and every single vote kick. So it means that most bots and cheaters could manipulate this if they had a high enough amount of numbers, and if they kept on coming in at certain intervals after they've been kicked, means that there will never not be a bot in your lobby. And it sucks. Because they're so oppressive, because of course, as a majority of you probably know, they play Sniper. And Sniper has pretty much an insta-kill from long range mechanic called the headshot. And it sucks. It sucks. I could go on, even longer about Sniper, of course, but this is about the bots. The bots need to be stopped. They need to be curtailed. Something needs to be done, and Valve refuses to give a shit. And it's really, really, really fucking annoying to see that they just don't seem to care. They don't seem to care about their legacy game. And it's so disheartening to see. This is just awful to see. I have been a part of Steam since 2012, March 10th. March 10th, 2012 is when I started my lovely adventure on Steam, and by extension Team Fortress 2. This was my first game ever on Steam. I have been with this for half of my life. I am 24 years old. I have so much fun with this game. This game is such a core part of who I am and of what my personal tastes are. It's been with me through thick and thin, the highs and lows, the ups and downs, the sideways, all that. And I'm just constantly grateful. Even if there were bad times, Team Fortress 2 was always such an amazing game to come back to. And to see it in such a state like this is depressing. There needs to be something going. Something needs to happen. Something needs to happen from Valve. They need to get off their butts, stop with whatever it is that they're doing with any of their new stuff that they seem to care more about than any of the stuff that actually put them on the map. And fix Team Fortress 2. Fix it. Save it. Please. It's been through so much, and no one seems to care. No one at Valve seems to care, and that's egregious. What's going on? This is the game that, combined with Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Half-Life, Left 4 Dead, these were the games, and Team Fortress 2, these were the games that put you on the map. These are the games that made you as big top dogs as you've been, and you are resting on your laurels. You are resting on your laurels, and shame on you for doing so. Now, the casual experience, the most accessible way to play the game, is now tainted because of these bots. And you seem to not care. How dare you? Do something about this. Fix Team Fortress 2. Save Team Fortress 2, or else it will go by the wayside of all the other games like before. It'll just fade from existence. Infested by cheaters, hackers, bots. A bunch of unscrupulous characters infesting this game like a plague. Something needs to be done. It breaks my heart to see the game in this state. It's so demoralizing. I mean, hell, my name, Soldier Surplus. That has been my name online for a long, long time. And, you know, as you can probably guess, it was based off of Team Fortress 2. It was based off of Team Fortress 2. One day, I'm sure somewhere on a community server, we were talking about how prolific Soldier was in terms of how many people play it, but not that many people are even that good with it. And I was a Soldier main because I generally wasn't all that good, still not, but I was still a Soldier main and I enjoyed playing Soldier. So I called myself Soldier Surplus because there was indeed a surplus of soldiers and I was one of the surplus. Something as crucial as a namesake, as putting my name out there in any way, shape, or form. This game gave me my identity. This game was such an integral part of my life, and I hate to see it the way it is. There needs to be something done, which is why I implore you to go down into the description, go to the website that I have linked down there. It is a petition. Just a little, you know, put your email and put whatever name you want, and then boom, bing, bang, bosh, you have signed the petition. It will show you that you care. It will show Valve that you care. They will plan to show this to Valve and show them that this is a game worth saving. Please, if nothing else, let it be known here. Please help us fix TF2. Help us save TF2. Do whatever you can to assist with any of this. Whether it be hashtags with the fix TF2, tag on it over on Twitter, you know, or Tumblr, what have you, maybe somewhere else on YouTube. But please help us. Help us keep this amazing game alive and free of a bot menace that it has become. Please, I implore you, and if you have already, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. If you haven't, I would highly suggest that you do. Please, if you have either heard about or have played before TF2, please just take a little bit of time out of your day, nothing more than maybe a minute or two, to sign the petition and help us out. It would mean so much to see this game officially get recognized as it being a problem and it being rectified and it being revived because we made a ruckus. Last time we did this, it was for a day, a whole day. This time, from the 3rd of June to the end of that week, the week of June 3rd, is going to be a whole week of nothing but trying to keep as much attention on this as possible. So please do as much as you can to keep this problem in circulation. Keep the discussion going. Keep it going. Shoot, even after all this is done, keep it going if they refuse to listen. Because this game deserves so much better. It deserves so much better, so much more than the fate that it's been left for. Please, I implore you, to the bottom of my heart, I just ask for you to sign the petition and show us and to show Valve that you care and that you wish for this game to be better, in a better state, in a better way. Please, and thank you for watching. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Goodbye.